Hello there, and welcome back to our airport. We have a lot to do today, and if we take a look here, our airport is really rocking and rolling. We have a total number of gates here. We have a bunch to add on. We have people filtering through, and everything's looking real nice. We have still a couple people with errors. They're unable to MM550 cash register, whatever the heck that means. But otherwise, people are flying through here. We're doing a good job. The security lines are handling all the people that we have. The ticketing agents aren't even really a real concern right now. And it looks like our planes, that one didn't leave on time, and that one's a little late. Hopefully, that does not continue here for the remainder of today. Hopefully, we can get everything back on schedule and we'll be in good shape. So last time we took care of getting our runway set up so that we have one that kind of deals with flights coming in and one that deals with flights coming out. Now that flight that left late could have caused another flight to cancel, so we're just going to check and make sure that didn't happen. And it doesn't look like it did. And when I look at my schedule and make sure that everything's kind of set up there, come on, let's get back. There we go. We have one gate that's fully on standby, so even if a plane is super late, we are able to handle it at E1, which is what we have, because there's no actual flight scheduled there. So we should be able to make up that time and everything should be going good. This area is busy, but I think, except for this mess here, we are handling what we're supposed to handle. Is everybody set up? I need to take a look here and see if everybody is set up there. Yeah, they're all set up there. I'm not sure why there's this desire for people to stand in this big pile instead of just getting in line, but there appears to be that desire, so we're just going to kind of let them go and hope that this does not present more of a problem for us. I don't know the best way. I figured out a lot of optimization on this game as far as like getting lines set up and other things, but as far as getting the cafe set up, I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of stabbing in the dark and hoping that things will work. I don't know if that's the best approach or not, but it's what it is right now. And the one problem with all these people stacking up is the game, when we're running at 10 times speed, really starts to bog down. We have two 707s and we have two other smaller planes on the ground right now, so they're not really a big deal, but I'm just a little concerned that we are showing stuff that we don't, or slowing down when we really don't need to be. So we might be reaching the end of this series here real soon as far as this version of the airport, and we might start with a brand new one, a totally blank canvas, so we can go through. But I still have people getting angry, and I'm just not real happy that the airport's not functioning really nicely now because we have this cafe in place. I might just choose to remove that entirely, especially because our other food choices aren't making any money. Nobody's going to them. So I think I'm going to eventually remove this thing entirely and find something else to do with it. I don't know what that something else is. I'm just not happy that this is causing... Whoa, what happened? Kitchen has no inventory. Oh my. Okay, so that's going to... We have to go to operations, and our retail needs to refill. Let's go hourly and apply that. So right now our cafe can't do bupkis anyway because there is nothing for it to do. That's going to be a problem. But really, I think I'm going to shut this down for right now. So we're going to go into zones, pause the game up, and we're just going to say no zone for this and no zone for that. I'm going to keep the kitchen where it's at, and I'm going to keep everything in place until I can figure out a better way to optimize all this. Now that's going to clear out this entire area. People are going to leave and they're not going to be too happy. But to be quite honest, I'm not super concerned about them. And we have people walking into the wall. I think they're trying to go home because they have baggage, but they really can't. So I'm just going to dismantle or clear out all of those. And hopefully all these people return back into their kind of specified spot in the kitchen. And we can go through. And people are still sitting at these places. That's fine. I have no issue with that. But I'm just tired of people missing flights and not utilizing our other food options, which you can see people are using a whole bunch of right now. And the game, while it might not appear, it seems to be, maybe I spoke too soon, it seems to be running a little bit smoother now that that's not an issue. I could be completely wrong here. I probably am, but we're running a little bit better as far as I can tell here. So hopefully we get stuff to pick up. And we do have some construction we want to complete, and the problem with that construction is it's going to cause our game to totally crap out here. So again, I think this is really going to be the end of this episode, or this part of the series, because the game is really bogging down at this point, and there's not much I can honestly do to fix it. I could take less flights, but that doesn't really make sense for the purpose of this game, is to get, at least in my opinion, is to get more planes to try to get the busiest airport possible. We have a lot of flights coming in and leaving and departing each day. We have some bigger planes, but right now we can't really do anything with them because we don't have that option. The only thing I do want to do is, before I decide to call this a day, I do want to build a few really large gates and just kind of see them function and get some big planes there and just see what happens to the game when we do that. Because it's always fun to watch games crash and burn, right? Which I think is probably what's going to happen. So I can't even afford another one. Wow, those are expensive. So let's go into our inventory or our loan area. Let's grab some cash out of the bank before we run for Dodge. Let's add on 2 giant gates. We'll add on our foundations for the rest of everything. And this is going to cause our game to really just pretty much die at this point, I think, is what's going to happen to it. Can I fit one more? I don't need to do this. I kind of want to see if I could fit one more in there and be reasonable. So large aircraft gate. No, I couldn't fit one more in there and be reasonable. That's just crazy town. So I'm going to build in, and this is going to be a fairly large area here. Oh, I can't even afford it. Bummer. Let's just say we're going to do 20. Can I do 20 by 20? I think I should be able to do that. I can. Okay, so I'll do a 20 by 20 area there, and then I'll fill up this area going by 20 as well. I'm also going to fill this in. They have a new like tarmac kind of thing that they put in here. I just have to find it. It's under floor somewhere, but it doesn't cost anything. It's maybe it's down at the bottom. Nope. They made something that was supposed to cost nothing, that was just kind of there for aesthetics. But I'm not seeing it in this list right now. Maybe I'm just blind, but I'm not going to worry about that because we have a new gate being started. We have some foundation stuff being done, and we have a game that is absolutely crawling. Again, this isn't my computer. I'm playing this at basically 1080p resolution. It's a 5K monitor, but it's playing at 1080 resolution. It's brand new. It's only a few months old iMac, which isn't the greatest gaming computer at all, but it definitely has enough horsepower to handle, or should have enough horsepower to handle games like this. And doesn't seem to want to do that. And I've seen that complaint a number of times on other places, so I know it's not my computer. I know it's the game. While we're doing that, we can figure out our seating arrangements, because we have 13 seats in stock, so we don't have to really worry about not being able to afford it. Let's see, can we add on stuff here? Do we want to add on stuff here? Let's just add some seats kind of going down this way. So that one is going to be like that for right now, but once we open up that wall, there'll be some space. Actually, I'm going to cancel all that, because I want to leave at least 2 spaces for everybody to walk through. And in a better world, I'd probably want more, but for what this is right now, we're going to do that. And I'm going to slow the game down just a little bit just to try to get some better frame rates and hopefully not destroy my computer. We'll see what happens. Oh my gosh. So these misclicks are not me. This is just the game not registering things in a proper amount of time, and it's causing it to freak out. Again, really not a fan of this happening right now, but it's kind of what comes with alpha games, so we'll deal with it. And we'll hopefully get a speedy resolution once the final game is out, that we can really start hammering home and getting everything done. So there would have been one there, so we're going to skip 2. So it would have been 1, 2, and build right there. And hopefully that lines up with everything. I don't know if it will or not, but we're going to hope it does. And man, people at my airport are dirty. Look at all these dirty people leaving stuff everywhere. There's trash all over the place. And it's not because I don't have a nice cleaning staff. They're very nice cleaning staff. I talk to them on a daily basis to make sure their job's going good, make sure their quality of life is good. And they just don't appreciate the passengers at this airport. especially from the bigger airlines when they have nice full flights coming in. People just seem to decide that, hey, we can leave garbage wherever we want, and it's just not nice. We shouldn't be treating people like that. So we need to figure out what's going on with that, because it's just not right for people to have to clean up other people's garbage when there's trash cans readily available for their usage. So we'll figure that out eventually. I'm not going to worry about redoing this right now because I just don't want to clear out stuff and have it go crazy. But we have this 767 on the ground. It takes off in a while. And we have another 767 on the ground. That one is currently loading. And if I click on it and highlight passengers, why is that guy going that way? Why would you be going that way if your flight is getting ready to take off? You're going to an ATM. All right, so that tells me I need some ATMs and some other kind of vending type items way down here so that people don't have to walk halfway across the airport just to get simple things. So we'll get an ATM. Come on. Come on, let's register my clicks. Come on. There we go. So I'll put one there. We'll put one here. And we'll put one in front of this door and maybe in front of the bathroom here. Just make sure we have everything set up there. We'll also do a vending machine in the spots I didn't put them before. So we'll get one there and one there. And we'll do an electronics vending machine as well so that we have all of our bases covered. There should be no reason why people at this airport don't have access to the latest electronic goodies right before they take off and go to their destination of choice. So hopefully we can get everything done here. We do have a few errors popping up, again, just for the developers to see. That plane left directly on time. This flight is loading up. It only takes 97 people. Interesting. This one is still waiting on 2 people. If I highlight the passengers, I don't see them at the airport. Maybe they're not there yet. I don't know. But they're not there, and our building process for all of this is going nicely, but still needs a lot of work. So we're going to assign our gate agents. We have some work to do as far as adding on the rest of this area. And I actually don't know, do the big planes require the really long runways? Let's find out. So that one requires a runway length of 240, which is a large runway, 240, 240, and 150. So we could take some 787s, but it does require the extra large gates, which we do have now. So we'll be able to take some 787s, which isn't a giant airplane by any means, but it's definitely the biggest plane that we'll be taking so far because it does require these extra large gates. And our airport is kind of shutting down here for the night. We have our last flight, I believe, leaving. It left 69 minutes early, which is just ridiculous, and it is out of here. So to really be able to accommodate all the big planes, we'd have to upgrade this runway and upgrade this runway, which means requiring us to buy more land, which I have zero desire to do right now. I really kind of am getting annoyed with how this game is playing as far as frame rates and all that. So I think we're going to end once we get some 767s. We'll finish out this part of the area and get all that set up. But really, after this, we should be done. And that sounds good to me. So we're going along. We're getting all that taken care of. We have a few other things we need to do. We need to get large sliding door set up there once they remove those walls. Hopefully they clear this stuff out quickly. It looks like they are. I'm going to speed the game up here while there's not really people here at night. Although it's a game starting to slow down, so that means there are passengers starting to come into the airport. It's funny, you can tell when there's people in the airport or not because the game immediately responds with speed slowdowns if there's people in the airport itself. And we're going to actually add on 4 gate agents. All of my other gates, the smaller ones, have 3 gate agents, but in favor of trying to get people on these planes as quickly as possible, we're going to add on... No. Okay, maybe that one's okay. Okay, that one was fine. We'll add on 4 gate agents. And our queue, we'll start there. It's going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. we are going to build a massive line. And the reason for this right now is really so that we can accommodate or get a heck of a lot more people in this one line, because our planes that are going to these gates are going to be significantly larger than what we currently have. So we need to make sure we're able to accommodate that, and I'm going to slow the game down here again so that I can get somewhat decent frame rates, even though it's getting to the point where it's a little bit unplayable. The game I love here. It has just so much potential. It's fun to play. I haven't really gotten bored of it yet, even though there's not really any point to it, other than if you really like optimizing stuff. There's honestly no point to the game itself at this point. There's no challenges. There's no other pieces going on. But it's fun. It's still a fun game. I really do like it. Let's see. All right, so we have to assign this to you. So we'll get all of these assigned out to the lines and to the gates. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to add on kind of a baggage point here along with the trucks, because that's way too far. I don't even think this one, if I wanted to assign it, I actually can assign it to both of those. That's shocking to me. I don't want to do that though. So I'm going to buy a medium hanger. Can I fit it? I'm going to have to put it there because it's the only place it will fit. I'd much rather put it down there, but it's not going to fit for right now. And the baggage depot can go kind of in the middle. But before I do that, I should see where my conveyor lines are coming in. So I want my pink lines are going to be on the inside, and my blue is going to be on the outside. So that will work right there. And let's run some lines, and we'll watch our construction workers go crazy here. And I dropped the speed again to speed 1 here, which is just molasses slow in the game time. But I need it to happen in order to be able to lay this out and not misclick like 700 times. And it's not even a misclick. It is the game just not being able to respond quickly enough to what I want to do. Again, I'm not faulting the developers. I really do truly like this game. I just wish that there were a couple more performance bugs ironed out. And it seems like with each release, they are getting them ironed out. I just want it to happen faster because I want to play this game more. I really like playing this game. And until things get fixed fully, I can't play it fully. Also, with that other note, the other game I talked about, what was it? Airport CEO. They finally have a release date for the alpha of that, which is the end of September. They're offering a 10% discount for the first week on Steam, and the launch price is like $16 for the alpha. I think it's going to go up after that period of time, but for right now, it's able to be gotten for relatively cheap. And wow, look at the game. It's at 10 times speed, and it is just crawling. You see how it's just kind of blipping out here. See, you have no reason to be upset. You missed a flight because you were sitting in a chair. And we're getting all this other stuff built. I need to worry about you in a little bit, but I don't have enough money to worry about you right now. And I'm just going to speed the game up, and we're just going to look over here at them building stuff and hopefully make some more money as they see that plane coming in for a landing right now. So as soon as we have everything active, and I should probably hire some staff for the gates on our first really big, large one. Once I have that in there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, even though it only registered 2 of those clicks, and some of them are going other places, which tells me I have a shortage at some of my other gates. All right, so now I should have everything fully staffed. I'm not sure why it wasn't before, but it wasn't. And we'll finish off the floor. And quite honestly, I'm not even going to worry about completing that other gate. It's too slow. I'm getting very annoyed at this point. It's just acting very slow, and there's no reason. I'm getting a spinning beach ball. This might be good. I don't know. No, we're still alive. Okay. Maybe not. Yeah, we're just overloading this thing. My computer's starting to spin, but they're definitely not useful. We're gonna have to cut this one short here. I'm not even gonna worry about doing that. I am gonna try to get through the full day though, so that we can see the plains, the big plains land. But we need to make sure that we have big plains as an option. So I have 787s in the afternoon. Maybe I'm able to take 787. Can I take a 777, a 777? Nope. I apparently accepted a plane. I don't know when I did that. But the 787 holds how many people? 300. So it needs about as much time as the other one here. But this game is I'm really not going to be able to continue much longer. G1, I believe, is our area of choice. We have that, and we're going to give it 4 hours. No, we're going to give it 4 hours to go through and do its thing. We will also do an afternoon flight of 87. It's killing me here. It's killing me. All right, so I accepted that one. We need to see if any of the big guys have morning flights available to us. This one is an afternoon flight, so it's going to go there, and it's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And close that one out. I don't know why that's on there. And Galactic Point, do you have any planes that we can take? Any planes at all? You do. You have 787 at night. We will take that. We will absolutely take that flight. And I'm going to dump that. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Massive mistake. Massive mistake. We could not take that. Like the point, I'm going to have to remove you, and you're going to cost me $11,000 to do it. Do we have morning flights available? Large morning flights. Union Air has one. They fly only little guys. The only one we haven't gotten these two, and just because they require a couple of things. So I guess we'll make sure they get what they require, and maybe we can get an airline that goes through. So I'm going to upgrade this one. We're going to include the that thing, and then we're going to scroll up to our other one. And I've been playing this in pause the whole time, just a heads up, because to do any of this at this point is incredibly frustrating. So let's increase the priority of that. And we're going to also increase the priority of this one. All I really want to see is a 787 land, which is going to take another day in this game, and I don't think that plane's landing backwards. That plane is legitimately just rolling backwards. That makes sense. So yeah, we're going to be cutting this short here real soon. I just want to see if we can get any of the other 2 airlines that have not been assigned to us assigned. And as soon as we have that, I'm done. I'm out. I can't stand this choppiness anymore. It really wasn't as choppy on the last video. I don't know if there's a problem with the save or what. But, I mean, it's not that many gates. I've seen plenty of other gates with people doing this and what's going on. I think the downfall was this cafe. This thing was really... it's a good idea as far as the game goes, but it needs some work. The cafe just doesn't make sense for a lot of what we're doing. And you guys, come on. They're going through here, and I know the construction is causing big issues as well with the game performance. When there's a lot of people in the airport and there's stuff going on, it definitely causes some problems. Yeah, so we're just kind of waiting for that to happen and see if we can get any of the big guys to fly in at least early in the morning. If I could get a morning flight, I'd be really happy, and I would really like to see that. I could also just go through and start canceling a ton of flights. But I don't necessarily want to do that right now because there's no reason to. I think we'll be all right. And my last video, actually, the part 9 of this, when we really kind of went bananas and started adding some good stuff, that video on YouTube got demonetized for, a hot second. Now I scheduled it a few days in advance so that I would kind of keep on a posting schedule, and it got blocked as far as monetization. I filed a request, but they said it has to have 1,000 views within the first 7 days for somebody to actually look at it. But when I did go back into the admin panel a little while ago, it was reinstated as being able to make money. Not that I really super care about that. That's not why I'm doing this. But it was just interesting because I listened to a lot of podcasts and I just listened to a lot of other things of people complaining about this happening. And I was like, okay, that sucks. Like, if you make your living on YouTube, that's a problem. But for something where somebody's just playing a game and it gets blocked from monetization, just makes zero sense to me. So our workers are going in and filling that in. We have our items available, so maybe we can add on some new airlines here. Yes, we can. Let's see what we have available to us. Of course, nothing can be flown there. And this company only flies massive planes. And Galactic Point, are we friends? Can we be friends, Galactic Point? Oh, we can, but oh no, we can't. I'm sorry. I was just kidding, Galactic Point. I really do want to be your friend. Super Alliance, can we be friends? Oh, you guys want? Everybody wants afternoon flights. I want a morning. I want a big plane in the morning. That's all I want. Is one big giant plane in the morning, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with stuff. I honestly think we're just going to cut it here. The game's just getting too choppy for me to really want to keep playing at this point. I'm getting kind of annoyed that I can't do what I want to do in a timely fashion, and that's kind of where I'm going to end it. So I'm going to go back, and I am definitely going to kind of do a new version of this where I built everything custom. We go through everything that is special and get kind of everything set up the way I think I really want it. I'm not thrilled with this setup. I like the 2 runways. I like that there's one for arrivals and one for departures. I like the gates, but I'm not a fan of kind of the security area. I think is a little jumbled. This is a hot mess, the baggage area, and our ticketing area needs some work as well. Because what really should happen is people should come in, get ticketed, flow through ticketing area into security, and then out into this area here. With access to bathrooms and food and all that other stuff. And when people are coming back, they go through all the same things, but instead of getting routed through ticketing, they get routed through baggage. I kind of have a setup like that, but it's not as clean as what I'm thinking of, and I would really like to make it better. So I have some ideas on how I want to do that, and I'll do that eventually here. Either the next series, the series after that, depending on some other games I have in mind. Because there's a lot out there, and there's definitely things I want to play, and things I already own, and things I want to own, so we're going to look at that. But this is a good place to leave it. These are some of our original flights, the Aerotime kind of triplets in the afternoon, and they all look great. Did you leave on time? Yes, you did. But yeah, we're in good shape. I'm pretty happy with everything, minus some performance issues, which it's picking up right now, so maybe we'll hang out here for just a little bit longer. While we have this. Now we'll see what the 767 does to our performance. Let's see. Yeah, see the problem once you start having all these 200 plus people flow out of here is it really bogs it down. They're making a nice flow. They're doing all this stuff. I should probably make a connection here so that people can go through here and out instead of trying to go through and they think they get out, but they can't. That's what's happening down here is all these people are getting lost. It's fun to watch, but probably shouldn't happen. So maybe I'll build a security exit here for them to go through. I know it's just going to slow the game down, but I feel bad for them. Like, I feel really bad. So we'll do that, and once we have that and build our actual security exit, we'll kind of end everything here. But our 767's on the ground. It's still waiting on about 20 people or so. And that one's good. This one is loading up, takes off in a half hour, so that's going to miss its time. It's definitely going to be late, unfortunately. Although it's loading up pretty fast. I don't like when people say stuck when they're in a line. We made it 8 minutes early, and that one left an hour, a little over an hour early. So go ahead, and there we go. We have those. Let's get our security gates in there, because we need to make sure that everything that we're doing at this point is secure. Because if we have security breach, the game pauses. Basically, the airport shuts down, which makes complete sense. I have no problem with that. I'm going to go in, add on that. We're going to increase priority of this. We're going to cancel that project for right now until the security gates get built. Because for some reason, clearing things is always a priority over building things. And then once we get the stuff that we want built, we can have our secure exit and people can get out of our airport quickly and easily. And I think I'm actually going to clear out this line right here. And then we'll put a door in, just a regular sliding door, but we can put a sliding door in right there once they clear that other section out. Come on, guys, let's clear that other section out. Could just let them flow outside. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a secure area. Legitimately, I could just open a door here and open a door here, and they could go outside, and they'd be totally fine with that, which I kind of find entertaining. Are you guys going to clear that or no? Okay, apparently my click didn't register at all. We'll get the sliding door in here like so. And then we need to add on the carpet for a couple of these areas. You see all these people? There they go. They love what we've done with the place, even though we didn't actually open that yet. The door's not built, but apparently people are able to flow out of there no problem. And I guess everybody from this side of the airport likes flowing through there because look, nobody's coming through this. Hopefully we'll see that change and go through. What's your deal? Get out of there. And now we'll put in the carpet there. So hopefully everything looks nice. We have our baggage things going, which I built way too many of. I have tons of storage. Ooh, what is all this? We have benches and ID stands, all kinds of stuff that we can't really do anything with because we just can't. There's nowhere really to put stuff. I guess I could put benches out here to kind of deal with the afternoon flights for the big guys. So let's go in and just do that quickly. How do we want to do this? So we're just going to go in and add on what we need to here. And we'll add on some retail stuff just so people can't complain that I didn't take care of them. So we'll add on a coffee shop up at the top, and hopefully that will encourage people to go up and use that. And we'll add on food vending. We'll add on an info. No. Oh, I'm in retail, that's why. Get a flight info display up here. Maybe we'll put some down here as well. Oh, look at that. They are using that coffee already. Beautiful. That is a beautiful day. And we can go through and start adding some decorative bushes. Just so that we don't have people who are overly annoyed at me because it's a crowded, stressful place, which all airports are. So nobody should be annoyed at that. Yeah, we're looking good. I'm pretty happy. Oh, we could put a fountain on here. This is going to be the... everybody's going to know that this is the kind of the pinnacle of our airport here because we have a fountain right there. Yeah. And then we'll go back and build on our floors. Get that all taken care of. And I already have random tiles of the floor existing there for some reason. So I'm just going to build around that quickly. And I have another one that I need to fix right there. And then I think once all this other stuff's built, I can kind of go bananas. But yeah, the airport is coming alive for the next morning. Flights are already on the ground. People are already here. And things are looking good. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at so far. Machines and everything is definitely getting used. We actually already can pay back half of our loan that we took out the previous day, just purely based on what we have here. We have our first big plane of the day coming in, and we are going to spend $26,000 on some new floors. probably could put another bathroom in here in this area just to make sure everybody's happy and in good shape. But I'm not going to worry about that for right now. So this plane is going to start loading in 21 minutes. Maybe. Okay. Now it's going to start loading in 21 minutes. I guess the loading time doesn't, or the boarding time doesn't start until all of the bags are unloaded and people are out. So, okay. So we have like 3 yellow dots and they all have to be turned green for boarding to start. So baggage has been unloaded. Apparently boarding can start before the plane is cleaned. Okay, it's definitely cleaned now. And the baggage load. So maybe just the first 2 need to be clean or good before we kind of have everything else happen. And yeah, it's not glitching out nearly as bad as what it was before. It's still definitely doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's still definitely doing it. But I wonder if this path here, this new path we put in right here, solved any problems for us as far as that goes. So they're getting the floors in. I'm just going to hire more workers. Because what does it matter? Just get things done quickly. I want to get stuff done. Money is not a real problem right now. We have a nice line of credit that we can take out. We have plenty of options. So we're just going to make sure that these guys do what they're supposed to do and just make us money or make us all the places that we need so that we can make money. Now, if I were continuing this game, I wouldn't be putting benches all the way down here because this whole area here would be another gate. But I'm not going to enable that gate for right now because I'm fearful of what's going to happen here when our next flight comes in. So that big plane is coming in at noon. So it should be landing. And there it is. There it is. There's our big plane. See how big that is compared to everything else? That is a 787. Hopefully we can see the size difference between these. But look at that. That's a 707. That's a 787. That is just a big plane compared to everything else. The nice thing is you can see like a 737 compared size-wise to it. Just massively different sized aircraft. So we definitely have a big boy on the ground. It's not causing the game to crap out as much as I thought it would, which is a giant plus. But I would imagine if we really were to add on the big planes, we'd have big problems. And yeah, I'm also a little concerned that boarding starts in 10-15 minutes here, and this is not a long enough line for what we have for this plane. So if I highlight passengers, they are legitimately all over this airport. I still have guys back going through security to get on this plane. I mean, sure, I guess I get it, but a lot of the people leaving this airport are from that flight, and you all should be heading that direction. I mean, I know coffee is very important. There are a ton of you that are there for coffee, but if you miss your flight because you're getting a cup of coffee, that's something I can't feel bad about, but I do because it affects my score. I know the plane doesn't take off for another hour and 40 minutes or so, but you need to get to your aircraft on time. Wow, but that is a big plane, and it's boarding over just about 200 people. We haven't had any plane, I think, so far that has boarded that number of people. What flight are you on? What flight are you on? You're on that flight. Go to that flight. What flight are you on? You're on that flight. Go to that flight. Where are you going? What flight are you on? Oh my. Hopefully we can get everybody on this plane and get it out of here in time. And if we can, that would be a great success for this airport. And that's kind of where we'll leave it. And hopefully in our next one, we'll be able to really tackle some bigger problems and do what we need to really expand and to go crazy with our airport designs. But once this plane leaves, and it looks like it should leave on time, we're waiting for 4 people and we have 40 minutes to do it. We're down to 2 people. There's one of them, and another one's just sitting there. Why are you not getting on this plane? Get on this plane. I miss Roller Coaster Tycoon where you could pick people up and just kind of throw them. Yeah, I'm just sending you home. So you don't have a chance to react. But there goes our first really big plane, and you can see the size difference as it slices through a 767, and then it's going to slice through a 707, and then it's going to slice through, is that a Airbus? No, it's a 737. So one big Boeing plane just destroyed all of the other Boeing planes. Yeah, there's some work to do as far as the taxiway sizes and a whole bunch of other things, but as far as the game goes, I really like it. I'm having a lot of fun. I really am interested to see where it goes and how everything works. And we just had another plane land. And let's just really quickly take a look at our final balance here. We're making almost $725,000 a day, or $750,000 just by what we have so far. So that's a wrap on this episode, and that's a wrap on this series. We'll start with a new airport next time, or we'll start with a new game. We'll see what happens. Leave me comments of what you want. Most of the games I like are kind of along the same vein, so just kind of let me know what you want, and we'll see what we can do. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next run here. All right, bye-bye.